Hi guys, it's Maya. So welcome to my channel. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome to my channel. And today I'm gonna go in from the books that super popular but I just don't like or even hate. It takes a lot for me to actually hate a book. Some of these I just don't like. But there are some that I really hate. I mean, I can see why they would appeal to a lot of people, but they just weren't for me. So let's get into it. I'm sorry for your feelings, but remember, these are my opinions. Okay? So actually, this is a book series. First three here is the His Dark Materials trilogy by Philip Pullman. These are essentially like a fantasy series. Then like this universe, they're like different worlds. Like there's our world, and then there's like a world with like magic in it. And essentially, these books where they're cross worlds. So the Golden Compass is set in Fantasy World. Is his first book. The second book, the Cell Knife, is set in our world, and the third book, sorry, The Inner Spyglass, is set like music between worlds. And essentially, these books follow this. Essentially, they follow a young girl named Lyra. I forgot her last name. Silver Tongue. I actually only read the first one. I literally did not like it, so I didn't even bother with the other two. But essentially, from I get from like the blurbs like summaries in the back of the next book, and when I read the first one, like follows the story of a girl named Lyra who like lives in a fantasy world. And there's like this war going on in the fantasy world, like a revolution or something. I'm not really sure. I read the first book a few months ago. I think it might have been last year. I don't remember. I remember like not liking it. But so essentially, and it follows Lyra as as she makes all these friends and tries save her world and the other world or something. I never finished the series. I can't really tell you. I'm clear doing all the job. I'm sorry. But yeah, I just I read a certain time I just did not like fantasy. I think I forever given fantasy. Like I never read Harry Potter. I'm sorry. Um, I have read a few fantasy books, like two duologies, the Strange Doom duology and the Scissor Crow duology. But I do want to read a bit more fantasy now since I did enjoy both of the duologies. They're both high fantasies too. And it's just the magical realism, and I'm slowly getting to a magic world. But I read these one time, I just didn't like it at all, and so that's why I don't like them. Also because especially the third one, these are just look at this. These are just so long, too long. Seriously, you might as well have made a 1,000 page book. Buy it all up. So yeah. The next book I have is My Grandmother Asked You to Tell You She's Sorry by Fredrick Backman. This is by a Norwegian author, so his original language is Norwegian. But it doesn't really matter. But it's in Norway, so that's the reason why. So with Sweden. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, it's not Norway, it's Sweden. These books are in Sweden. Because he has Swedish. Um, so it's a Scandinavian thing. So this tells the story of a girl named Elsa, and her mother. She's 7 years old, and she's different from the other kids because she's incredibly grown up for her age. She's always grown up Wikipedia. She swears a lot. And she's always in quality literature or something. So yeah, she's she's like got like personality like an adult, and like that's like makes her so different from the other kids. And her grandmother, who's 77, and is very crazy. And her grandmother just died of cancer. And then before she dies, her grandmother basically sends Elsa on like this mission to like save like a resident of their apartment building and to like make sure everyone who's wrong that knows Jesse's actually very sorry about what she did. And it's all about like the right to like be different. Um and also like they have like this fairy tale land called I forgot what it's called because like I just again I don't like this book. I honestly it's one free book that I honestly really do hate because like I don't know like it sounds like interesting and it should be a book that I should like, but I just don't. I guess it's not like the writing style of it. I guess you could say like I get like the main character's like 7. It's third person, but like it's trying to like tell like what it'd be like. It's like third person, but it's like trying to like specifically tell like the main character's like on the main character's view, and like trying to explain it, like a Samuel might explain it or something. It's hard to isn't that hard to explain, but I'm bad at explaining things, so yeah, I guess I just don't like the writing style of it, and I guess I found it a little boring, even though it really isn't that boring. Like, it's not like I think people like find it like entertaining, but I personally like, find it boring. That's probably like another reason why. So I just don't like this book. The next book is a book that like is very loved here on YouTube. And I know two people are really gonna hate me for not liking it. But that is Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey Mcquiston. Now, before you kill me, you need to hear me through on this. I wanted to like this book. I tried starting it twice, okay? I tried twice to read it. And I didn't get it halfway through either time. Sometimes these just follows have like the son of the President of the United States of America falls in love with the Prince of the Wales. So it's like a UK US fanfic love story that got his own book somehow. And usually I really like LGBTQ plus representation and like love stories. But again, I guess I just didn't like the writing style, and I guess I just didn't like any of the characters either, because like kind of all just jerks to each other, and like who like I was saying like it's like really funny, but like I did not laugh once at this book. I did not laugh once. Like everybody like is a jerk, and like I get and like I what really matters to me in a book are are the characters. Alright, the characters are what will most likely determine the whole book for me. And I cannot like this book if it's just like undeveloped jerky characters. I just can't like it. That's the range of me I don't like that book. The next one is actually I'm kind of surprised I don't like this because like it's like I heard like for people who like love books, like love historical fiction, and that is The Shadow of the Wind by Carlos Ruiz Zafon. Also, this translates from Spanish, and I've always wanted to go to Spain. Yeah, I do. There were a lot of things I supposed to like this book, but I didn't. Okay, so anyways, I feel like the main reason it was definitely is because like I was not invested in the story because like I'm not really into mystery unless the main like focus isn't exactly on a mystery. Does that make sense? Like there's like a mystery like going on like in the background, but that's not like the main like it's like not the main conflict exactly. This is like a mystery psychological thriller, historical fiction. And it's about this boy named Daniel, and his family owns this bookshop called the City of Forgotten Books, or something like that. And like Daniel picked up a book called The Shadow of the Wind, and he loved it. So he wants to read more books by this author. He discovered that the book he has, Shadow of the Wind, may be the last existing copy of any book the author's ever published. And he like goes on like this like adventure, not really adventure, but he goes like around the city, like around Spain, trying to like figure out more about this author, like what might happen to him, and like what was happening is like someone's like brained the books, and he needs to figure out who is brained the books. This is during mostly like the rule of Francisco Franco, who is like dictator of Spain, like after like just before World War II, like there's like the Spanish Civil War, and then Francisco ruled, and it's like the time period that's set in. So like it's like 1940s, like 1950s, 60s, and something like that. So I just didn't like the writing style of it, and again, I don't like mystery stories, and I just found the characters not that interesting. Honestly, it's similar to like Red, Riding World Blue. I just found like I didn't know like most of the characters, like they were like bad people, and I didn't like. I don't mind having like a bad characters, like bad people as characters, because like those like probably like the most human characters is like the ones who are like very flawed and like are not very good people. But I guess like they'll like they work here, and like there's a little why I guess. So it was like hard to pinpoint why I didn't like that book, but there were a few reasons. And the last one here is actually a nonfiction book. And I know people are gonna hate for this. That is Into the Wild by John Krakauer. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, okay? So a lot of people probably know what this is about. This is about inspired by a true story of a guy named Christopher Johnson McCandless. And he's like this wealthy dude, and like back in like 1992, after like graduating high school or something, he like left society to like go live out in the woods in like Alaska. Like he burns a credit card, he brings money. He like traveled like halfway across the states to go to Alaska, and he like went like ran repairs. And this is like his like the author of this book. He like interviewed like a bunch of people, and like they were like told like what was happened to him. And well, I was expecting this to be like a little like fictionalized biography, but it's not. This is like him like a document about like all the interviews of him. And like personally, I prefer like more fictionalized biographies, like memoirs. I like found like actual biographies like be like a bit boring, cause like I don't mind romanticizing something. Honestly, I don't mind at all. Like I don't like looking at Wikipedia and like scrolling through like see my answers or something. I just like learn by person. I would gladly like be a romanticize version of the story if it meant like that's how I was gonna like learn more about the person. As long as like she's close enough to this story. This one it was like again it just was a document like all the people like interview and like what was happened to this guy. This wasn't for me. And that is it. So I'm sorry for your opinions, but these are just my opinions. I just do not like a lot of these books. In fact, I hate a couple of these books. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next guys.